June 2025. And my koi pond. I'm going to talk about the intake bays and the negative edge cistern. The pond itself was originally designed as this area. I had the fish breeding so often that the population was doubling every year. So I had made so many places for the fish to hide in case a heron came by or whatever. There's a fish cave, there's fish tunnels, there's big boulders pulled away from the edge. There's a million places for them to hide. I couldn't catch them, not thinking that I'd be one of the predators. So my solution was coming up with an intake bay. The intake bay has no place for them to hide. And that's right in this area here. This rock and that little opening behind that one fish is the opening to the intake bay. You can see the fish can swim right through there, no problem. There is a two narrow pieces of stone there that I can lift, causing more draw, like in the fall when the leaves are dropping. Right now there's not a lot falling in the pond, so I'm not too worried about it. You can see the duckweed being pulled in a little bit here and there. Now the intake bay then goes behind this bush and comes into this area. It's like 17 feet from the opening to the intake bay where it goes into the back. This is my solution for the leaves in the fall. I have some rather large trees overhanging the pond, so I get a lot of leaves. There is another video where I show this completely full of leaves, and the system really does work great. You can see some baby fish down in the bottom there, and of course the koi following me wanting some food. Anyways, the intake bay also being this large gives any sediment a chance to settle down on the bottom. Now I haven't only done one vacuuming this year, and you can see there's really not a lot down there. The pea stone really does a great job of not allowing the sediment to get between the rocks, and it does accumulate at the vertical edge to the negative edge, which is this. That's my negative edge. Now we just had a real good thunderstorm last night, and you can see one of my plants is just falling over. Got uprooted. Actually got uprooted way up in the bog. But anyways, the water that's falling in this area here, the heavy sediment does drop down in this area, and I only have baseball and softball sized rocks or larger down there. The fine debris actually gets caught right underneath this net. That net pretty much stays there all the time. I don't see it when we're out at the pond. If I'm having company or there's just nothing to worry about, I might take the net out. But you can see, like the duckweed here, just went over the edge. This is the opening to the cistern. Big pump. Down there I have a metallo mat. Metallo mat works fantastic, collects all the debris. All I have to do is bend down there, scrape out whatever needs to be pulled out. Occasionally I find tadpoles down there, occasionally I find some baby fish down there. And when the pump out, the cistern gets too full, it just rises up and it's actually recessed in this area, and the water's allowed to leach into the surrounding area. That's it. Yeah, the system works fantastic. One of these days I might make this area larger. It is one of the largest floor designs I have. This should be 3 times this size. When the pump goes out and the water in motion all falls into this area, it drops into the cistern. And the cistern is only 2,000 gallons an hour. The pump is 12,000 gallons an hour for the main pond. That will almost empty this area out pretty quickly. And when it does that, I start sucking in air, and the pump is fighting back and forth between being primed and not being primed. I don't have to do anything about it, but it's not doing the pump any favors. So I'm thinking about maybe extending that back here, because this is my bog area up here. So if the water flowed along this area to another larger area back here, then the pump would only have to push from here up to the top of the bog up there, thus reducing a lot of head pressure. I can use a smaller pump, less energy. I just don't know if I need to. I have so much already here. The bog has a stream that goes all the way down the back there, for anyone who's not familiar with my pond. This is my heron deterrent. Instead of being over the top of the pond, I have created an aviary type of area. The herons can't get in between these cables, or at least they can't easily. They're inside of 4 feet going across, and with the wisteria and everything else hanging down, makes it very difficult for them. I'm in the process of refinishing the garage. Just got done pressure washing it. I just need it to stop raining so I can put the finish on. But the pond's coming along nicely this year. We did a couple new additions. The blue spruce in the back was moved from over here. The red lace maple is being introduced. And I've added cardinal plants all over. So when the hummingbirds come by, they're right next to the patio, so we can get to enjoy them. The purple gamecock is in bloom. Gorgeous colors. Well, that's about it in a nutshell. Happy ponding.